Guys, it's July, and if you subscribed to me 1 year ago, I looked at the main protagonist mobile suits and I called it Heroes Month, and this year we're going to do it again, but this time the theme is going to be a little different. So last year I looked at the successor mobile suits, but this year we're going to take a look at the predecessors. How's it going, guys? It is Plastic Disasta, and today I'm going to take a look at the high-grade Cosmic Era Freedom Gundam, the predecessor of the Strike Freedom Gundam from the anime Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny as well. Now, I know I've already taken a look at the SD Cross-Cellular Freedom Gundam. I mean, it almost looks like I'm running out of ideas. It's just that this kit has been in my backlog for a long while now, and I look forward to review it. To get to know the Gundam a little more, in the anime Gundam Seed, the Freedom Gundam is the protagonist's second Gundam, while the Strike Freedom is his third one. If you want to know the first Gundam that he used, well, just take a look at the entry grade Strike Gundam I already reviewed. And while you're at it, check out the Strike Freedom review as well. So taking a look at the box art, we see the Freedom Gundam all guns blazing, and in the background we see the Justice Gundam fighting alongside him. Now, I have the high-grade Infinite Justice Gundam, but let's hope they make a high grade of the Justice Gundam. Taking a look at this side of the box, we see the kit front and back shot, action poses, gimmicks, and the weapon layout. This side of the box, we see the specs of the Gundam and a nice CG render. And cracking open the box, we are greeted with 4 bags of runners and a manual. Looking at the cover of the manual, we see the specs in English, and we also have the kit all put together and painted. Cracking open the manual, we see more information about the Gundam's weapons. Now, I know it's in Japanese, well, that's before they put English translations in the manual and the box. Looking at the parts list, well, you got no leftover parts. Looking at the back of the manual, we already saw a familiar action pose, rear shot. Right down there, we got a brand new pose of the Freedom Gundam whipping out the side cannons. And down here is a familiar CG render and a color guide if you're painting it. Runner A1 is going to be the light gray parts. Runner A2 is going to be the red parts. Runner B1 is going to be the white parts. And while you have Runner B2, which is going to be a copy of this section. C is going to be the blue parts, and looks like this one's ready to fall out. Here we have Runner D. Now on camera, it looks like it's black, but if you have it on hand, it almost looks like it's really dark blue. Runner E1 is going to be the gray frame parts and the gun as well, while you have Runner E2, which is going to be a copy of this section. Runner F1 is going to be the clear yellow eyepiece, while you have Runner F2, which is going to be the yellow headpiece. Small polycap runner, beam saber effect parts, and a reasonable size sticker sheet. So that's it for the unboxing, and I can't believe I'm building 2 Freedom Gundams in 1 year. By 2, I mean the cross silhouette I already built a while ago. I'm going to put this together right now, and I'll see you guys right after that. And here is the Freedom Gundam all put together. Now, I gotta say, for an out-of-box presentation, it doesn't look that bad. And the build didn't actually take as long as I thought. Now, you might be wondering, why is it on an action-based stand? Well, do you want to know why? Now, I'm going to do a basic standing pose, and yeah, it's back heavy. And it doesn't even stop there. The beam saber handles fall off a little too easily if I just give it a slight little touch. And I also have the backpack pop off too easily. If you guys have this problem, let me know in the comments below. I don't know, maybe it's just to make it easier for people who want to customize the kit. Okay, now it may sound like I'm trashing on the kit, but spoiler alert, the kit is actually not that bad. Now onto the positive side of things, the seam lines are almost non-existent. Starting off with the head, there is a seam line going up and down, but it could go as a detail maybe. And as usual, there is a seam line going on here, but again, it's hidden until you go to this part of the shoulder, which kind of ruins it a bit, not by much. There is a seam line on this part of the torso, but that could go as a detail. For the forearms, you got 2 hidden ones right up there. You got another hidden one on the back of the leg. The ankle armor, we got a hidden seam line on the front and the back. This is the part where it kind of shows, and yeah, I am kind of spoiling the gimmick. So we got a seam line going across right here, here, and right here. But don't worry, to end on a good note, we do have a hidden seam line right here, and here. As for sticker placement goes, we got this tiny light blue sticker goes onto the forehead. You got an eye sticker, of course, go on the eye, but you also have another option by putting these silver stickers behind the clear yellow eyepiece. Moving on to the back, we have another small blue sticker goes onto the back of the head, while you have this red and yellow sticker go onto the center part of the backpack. And silly me, I forgot there is a hidden seam line on the backpack as well. The number 7 sticker wraps around on the barrel of the side gun, while the number 6 sticker wraps around on the back of the side gun. The 8 and 9 stickers wraps around this part of the rail gun. Pay attention which side it goes on. The number 4 sticker wraps around this side of the beam rifle, while the number 5 sticker wraps around this side of the beam rifle. And finally, the number 10 sticker wraps around this part of the shield. So it seems like that I don't have a lot of work to do on this kit, and maybe I'm going to have to apply this sticker onto the backpack, but I'm not worried about it because it is applied on a flat surface. But if it's like one of those foldable ones, because it does have some of them, they're not good. I'm going to do some detailed work on this kit, and I'll see you guys right after that. After a little work later, here's what the Freedom Gundam looks like, and check it out. It's not toppling over backwards, but I wouldn't be too confident. Anyways, my experience of detailing up this kit is actually pretty easy. Just like when it comes to painting the red and the blue detail, you're going to have to be a little precise about it, and hopefully you don't mind doing a little cleanup. I still wish this is a molded detail instead of me applying a sticker on it. Going over the accessories, if you guys seen my SD Cross Silhouette Freedom Gundam, you know it's pretty much the same, but to quickly recap, for hand options, all you get is the weapon holding hands. You have its beam rifle, and you have the secondary handle that swings left to right. You also got this little peg right here to store it onto the back skirt, and that's how it looks. And I also forgot to mention that you could do the same thing on the SD Cross Silhouette as well. Next up, you have its shield, and you also have a little handle and another 3mm hole so you can have them hold it onto the top or in the middle. You know it's not connected to the arm, but it's not going anywhere. Next up, you have 2 beam saber effect parts, and the beam saber handles are, of course, on the skirts. And of course, you can combine them and do like a Darth Maul style. As for the gimmicks, of course, it is similar to the SD Cross Silhouette, but the difference is there is a handle which you can pop out so the Freedom Gundam can grab it. Okay, so I had to take off the backpack so I can show you the other gimmick. As for the guns on the wings, of course, it is similar to, say it with me, the SD Cross Silhouette Gundam. And spoiler alert, the articulation is the same. And here is the Freedom Gundam with all guns out, and yeah, you might want to need an action base for this one. Moving on with the articulation, the head is on a tight double ball joint. Ball joint on the shoulder, it can move up that high. You also have a bicep swivel, double bend on the elbow, well, a little bit more than 90 degrees. And you have a ball joint on the wrist. It shows that you can do an ab crunch, but on my copy it is a little tight, but it can go that far, and it can go back this far without popping off the ball joint right there. And you also get a waist swivel. Front skirt can move up this far, side skirt can move out that far, and of course the back skirt is in a fixed position. You also get some swinging hip action. The leg can kick up that far, can move back that far. Now it can't do the full splits, but due to the side guns, it pops off easily. But with the side guns on, it only goes that far. Thigh swivel, double bend at the knee. Moving down on the feet, the ankle can swing forward and backwards. The ankle armor can move up and down ever so slightly. You also get a toe bend, and as for pivot, it's just a tiny bit. And I already said the backpack has the same articulation as the SD Cross Silhouettes. Overall, the articulation is what I expect for a modern high grade, which means it met my expectations. And I'm sure you can pull off a better pose than what I did. Size comparisons, here it is right next to the standard size RX 782. As you can see, they're both the same height. Up next, you have its successor, the Strike Freedom Gundam, who is a tad bit taller. And since we're on the topic of predecessor protagonists, here it is right next to the Shining Gundam and the RG Wing Gundam. So that's about it for the size comparisons. Let's move on to my final thoughts. So for my final thoughts, overall, I did say the kit is actually not that bad. Now, going back to the negatives I already mentioned, it is back heavy, and the beam saber pops off easily. But luckily, if you top coat the beam sabers, they don't come out, so I'm less irritated now. And I already said get yourself an action base stand if you want to avoid the back heavy problems. Other than that, it is a nice kit. Pick it up if you're a fan of Seed or if you want a nice modern high grade Freedom Gundam. And don't forget to put a little extra work in it. Panel liner because it's got nice details. Alright, so that's about it for the review. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Any questions, concerns, comment down below. If you're new here and you want to see more content, consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Now, both of these Gundams have long, skinny shoulder cannons, but if you were to ask me which one I'd rather pick, I'm sorry, I would have to go with the XX. It packs a bigger punch than the Freedom Gundam.